back to Stack, Sip, and Spill. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Cherie.
Today we have a fun episode planned for you. We're going to talk about some fashion, Italian Greyhound fashion, all the goodies. But first, Cherie, what are we sipping on tonight?
It's been a week, Reagan. I am sipping on a ruby port. I've only had one sip. I would have had more sips by now, but I just got pounced in the eyeball by Lucky. So
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You need a patch? Just keep it on hand.
I have a patch. I get more dogs to the eye. I swear, I do have a patch.
That's why you wear glasses all the time, like me.
I call them safety goggles when I do have them on, and Brent, my husband, constantly says that does not count as safety goggles. I was like, oh, when I was in high school, it counted.
Right?
So what are you sipping on, Reagan?
Well, like you, I have had a week and felt like 2 weeks in one. And so I'm having a Red's Wicked Apple Ale. It's really good.
What's the difference between just the Red's hard cider and the Wicked Apple Ale?
The alcohol content.
Ah. But I mean, it's like essentially the same flavor.
Kind of, but to me, this one has a lot more of a appley taste. Like it tastes a little bit more stronger than the other, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think it might be a little darker than the other. So yeah, I like it better than the other one.
Then I would like that better.
Yes, you would. Well, I will bring some debates, Phil. Why don't you tell us who all we have interviewed for this episode? Because we have some pretty fun people involved in this episode. Or should I say pups?
So for our fashion Q&A, we came up with a great list. Well, we think it's a great list. A list of questions for some very fashionable pupfluencers. Misha, Cannella, and Gia Jax. We are friends with all of these pups and their folks, but I also thought about these are all IG families with different styles and in very different parts of the country. So that way we've kind of got all the climates covered and different styles and dogs that are much more stylish than our own. Or at least more than mine. Our nudist dogs.
Yeah, Barry's kind of slowing down on that wardrobe track there. He likes to be a nudist these days.
You know, I thought about that. I think it's because we have show dogs. And most of the time when we have them really, really doing something, we take their clothes off.
Yeah. And Barry starts to get the wiggles and the itches, and he's like, get this off of me. I do not want it on. So he'd just rather be nude.
We also answered a few of these questions ourselves. Barry is probably much more stylish than my boys are, but they are a product of their environment. So,
well, we are pretty interesting people, you know. We have interesting dogs, so everyone wants to know.
So we're going to answer these questions ourselves, and since hopefully you already know who we are and about our dogs, I'm going to skip the intro. I'm going to start with, do you remember the first piece of clothing you bought for your dog? I distinctly remembered it for Ben. It was his elf shirt. His stripy elf shirt that we got to match Lucky's Santa shirt. I had to look back. I knew it was something fall, but I had to look back. And for Lucky, it was from Target, a Halloween baseball jersey, because Dolce had a referee shirt. So that was the first thing he got while we were waiting for some clothing from Hermes Secret and Pampered Iggy to come in.
So for Barry, I just had a moment because I was like, So I had an IG before Barry, and they were kind of the same body type, chunky, if you will. So he had some hand-me-downs, some little polka dotted pajamas. Of course, I had a little girl, so like a little different, but you know, whatever. He wore little red polka dotted onesies from Bed Bath & Beyond. because at the time they had some jammies that fit IGs. So he had a pair of
What?
those. Yeah. He had a pair of those, and then he had a pair of red plaid. And he wore those for a while, and then I decided, hey, let's go ahead and bump up your wardrobe, dude. So my grandma ended up making some, and he had a pair of like, they're kind of like a khaki color with dog print on them. And then he had his Christmas pajamas. So those were fun. But the first ones that I bought, I don't remember. I think probably the first ones that I bought several pairs at one time, so that doesn't really count. He has too many.
Lucky was significantly larger than Dolce, so there was no hand-me-downs there. Dolce was 7 pounds. I've never seen dog clothes at Bed Bath& and Beyond.
Yeah, they were cute. They had them for a while, and they had them for several years too, and they just changed the pattern. I don't know. Now you can't find them because Bed Bath and Beyond's not a thing anymore. But I guess I could say like the first pair or like piece of clothing that he was given, like something that was bought for him and not made, was a he still wears it because it's one of my favorite pieces. It's a sweater, a sleeveless sweater from Barefoot Dreams. Barefoot Dreams has their own line. I probably mentioned this in an earlier episode, but they're great. They make blankets and robes and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I did because I told you that they have a Disney line. Did you go look? You need to go buy some because you're going to Disney soon.
Um,
So the dogs need to be there too, right?
I've already spent like $150 on stuff to wear to Disney. So, uh,
Well,
don't don't tempt me further. Because I mean, I'm gonna get there, and now I'm gonna buy them both the Spirit jersey because now that I saw them on Kim's dogs, I know that they'll fit in IG. So they've got to get those, and that's like $40 probably.
yeah.
Oh, so we've kind of touched on this. What is your climate like? What would you recommend for IGs that live in similar climates? So we kind of talked on this. We didn't go in depth with it.
Yeah.
My climate, I live in southern Mississippi, right on the water. So we have a lot of humidity and we have, I don't know, a week of winter with no kind of white precipitation. So I had mentioned before that in our top fives, that the one thing I couldn't live without would be a cotton knit, sleeveless, but full back length shirt. For our climate, I also do for the boys have a lot of UV sun protection. I've got a couple things from Pampered Iggy that have UV sun protection for when we go to the beach, just to get a little bit on them. I've got some sleeveless crop tops in both, just regular and UV. And I would probably also recommend. We mostly use accessories. What else would I recommend for this climate? Just easy layering. I like to, if instead of really pull on fleece and pull on coats, for us, I prefer like a car coat. You just slip it over the top, just lays on them. You can like Velcro it around the waist, flip it back off. Because it might be one of those things you put them on for 2 minutes and they're too hot and gotta slip it back off again.
So for us in Arkansas, we're like in the smack dab middle of Arkansas. Our summers are very hot and our winters are very cold. We kind of get all the weather. We could get all the weather in 1 week because that's how weather works around here. We could have snow on Monday, and by Wednesday or Thursday, we have tornadoes and humidity. So Barry kind of has a mixture of things. If you ask him, he would say he would rather just be naked all the time. He has lots of variety, full on fleece with all the legs, high neck. Then he has some sleeveless. He doesn't have any UV because I haven't really taken him anywhere that he would need it in being in the sun too long. I probably would if I had a trip planned. But we do in the summertime use cooling coats quite a bit. And I have some that I've bought from IG people, and then I have had some that I've made. It's probably one of my must haves now. Since Barry does have a dark colored coat, he gets hot outside more quickly. And with the cooling coats, you can put them in icy cold water. A lot of times you'll see at dog shows, especially in the summertime, people with little tiny coolers, and they'll take a cloth and dip it down in the cooler, wring it out, and put it on their dog. Keeps them nice and cool. And that's what I do with Barry in the summertime if we're going to be spending a lot of time outside, or if we're going for like a weekend vacation somewhere. I take it to dog shows, especially in the summertime. You don't know if the ring or the arena you're going to be at is going to be really hot. So gotta have it. That would probably be our like must have for our climate. If Barry was one that didn't care about the weather, when going outside, I would look into getting him like little booties, because I'm always afraid of his feet getting too cold. But he will not go pee out in the snow. He'll just go on the back porch, or in the wintertime, I set up a potty area in the garage. So I don't even have to mess with it. But I would definitely look for that, because we do get ice and we do get snow sometimes. Um, and it can also be pretty rainy too. So, I probably would have a lot more options if I had a girl, because Barry would pee all over his clothes. Um, Girls don't do that, so they would be bundled up all the time. But Barry honestly does not care. He would rather go out in the garage, but he's only out there for 5 seconds and he comes right back in. So he doesn't really wear clothes outside that often, even when it's freezing. And I know that makes me sound horrible, but he just does not like it. He refuses to go pee if he has anything on.
Okay, next one. What is your dog's favorite clothing item accessory? And what is your favorite item on them? Aha. I'm gonna go with Lucky because Ben doesn't have many of like his own things yet. Haven't really figured him out. Lucky's favorite shirt is one of the first shirts we got him. It's Hermes Secret jammies, sleeveless, just the cotton, but it's like a waffle knit and it's got little trees on it. I like it a lot on him too because it's green and green complements his red fur. That's probably his favorite shirt. And I know that because he squirms the least in it. But my favorite thing that I have on him is that UV best at zoomies, number one zoomies
Yeah.
onesie that he has. Oh, I love it so much. It's got the blue ribbon. It fits him so well.
He could conquer the world. He could conquer the world in that shirt.
And it's UPF. I mean, he can wear that in the summer, and it's mostly white, so clothes. I mean, it bounces the sun off. But
Yeah.
I guess if I asked Lucky, he'd be like, "Can I just wear a bandana?" He's good with bandanas. He don't bother him. He would rather just be like as minimal as possible.
Yeah. Um for Barry, um I don't know, because Barry, he tolerates clothes. He tolerates anything I put on him or do to him, like make him pose for pictures for 10 minutes. He's a great sport. I don't know if he has a favorite piece of clothing or accessory. Maybe. See, when I put stuff on him, he gets so like excited and proud and everything, but then he's like, okay, scratch me, get this off. Um, so I would say something light. Maybe that barefoot dream sweater, because there's no legs to it, and it's lightweight, but he's just comfortable in temperature. But for my favorite item on him, I mean, I love everything on Barry because he's so handsome. But
I have a favorite. I want to see if your favorite's my favorite on him.
really, I'm going to say my favorite right now, because I think it makes him look so adorable. And it just reminds me of when he was a little puppy, because he looks like a puppy in it. And it's his Iggy Saurus pajamas.
Yes!
Is that what you were going to say?
Oh, love the Iggysaurus. That'd be so cute.
Yes. So they're like a grayish, like almost baby blue, and they have baby blue writing and pictures on them, but they have like woodland animals and a snowy scene. And of course, he's got his little dinosaur ridge on his back. He just looks so cute, and it makes him look young to me. I don't know if it's just me or maybe, the color.
It's
Um,
so
they're
cute.
just so cute and fun, and he is in a happy mood in them. I think he knows he's so handsome. So,
Who has a bigger wardrobe, you or your dog?
well, we know Barry has a lot of clothes, but I also have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of dog show clothes
All right, we're not
specifically.
counting dog show outfits.
Okay,
Like our regular wardrobe.
probably still me. I have a
Okay.
problem. I have a problem with Marshalls. I love Marshalls. So,
That's because you have a good Marshalls.
and Barry, yeah, and Barry's a good boy, and he keeps all of his clothes and even his toys like in good condition. So like I never have to throw any out or anything. And I've gotten better about not spending a lot of money on all of the stuff that I buy for him. So you know, I think probably me though. But I'm still gonna have to section off part of my closet for his clothes. So
I have style identity issues because I have to preface this with backstory. When I started high school, we went to uniforms. So, like, my formative years were stripped from me. And then I was like, uh, I don't know what I like. So, I'm going to say with my wardrobe of things that I actually like and do wear, not my teacher clothes or like my show dog clothes because that's not stuff I like. So, stuff would regularly wear, it's probably about even because with Lucky, I also make bandanas, so then that's a thing, and I like to make tags, so that's a thing, and I still have some of Dolce's things that can fit him, some of the winter things, um. And I've got him a little basket, and I've got the bandanas folded up. And I'm a sucker for holiday seasonal stuff. So
oh, I'm gonna change my answer a little bit actually, because you made me think of it. So you did. You made Barry that bandana for Mardi Gras because he's got
yeah,
chains on
that
it and
totally
he
counts. That's part of
he
a
looks
wardrobe.
like Pimp Daddy, so he loves that. But I will say, when he was a puppy,
I was pretty proud of myself with those.
yes, they're so cute. Especially when he was younger, like puppy age, he loves bow ties. They make him feel
Oh,
amazing. He's so cute in bow ties. You put it on him and you say anything about him being handsome. And his uncle Big O was the same way. You go, oh, Big O got his bow tie on. Big O got his bow tie on, and he would do a little tap dance. So I'm gonna say bow ties. I need to get back in that with Barry. I think he needs more.
springtime is the time to make the bow ties.
Yes.
I figured out how to make a bow tie because we made the bow tie for Lucky, the St. Patrick's Day one, but it is a bit of a pain in the patoot.
Yeah.
There's probably an easier way to do it, and I just didn't do it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would be your dog's human style icon? That was your bit. And then I added, who is their canine style icon?
Okay, so human style icon, I think would be Bruno Mars. Barry
I
just
can see that.
Barry just gives me that vibe. Canine, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually get on Instagram that often. When I do, it's on my personal account or it's just to message you. So I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, we're not the pupfluencer fashionistas
Yeah.
giving these answers. We're just us.
Yeah, I
You're going to like my answers, though.
I'll think of it. If I think of it by the time you finish with your answers, I'll say something. I'm going to think while you talk.
So you're going to be like, that's cheating. Lucky's and Ben's. I'm going to start with canine style icon. It's Pluto.
Okay. Yes.
Cheating, right? Pluto's almost always naked. And if if they do like show him something cute on there, it's usually like a cute accessory or something. So it was Pluto. And for human style icon, I totally made this up. His name is Mark Roberts. He's the most successful famous streaker to date.
Oh my gosh.
He's he's streaked like like over 500 events. You're welcome. Reagan's like, oh my god, I cannot let her talk anymore.
Okay, so I think I figured out a canine. I'm looking at the trying to find the name of this one dog. So it's one of the puppies from 101 Dalmatians. I think his name is
Mm-hmm.
Raleigh? Rolly? But this is the
Rolly,
kind
yeah,
of
he's the pudgy one who's always
yeah,
eating.
which is like totally opposite to Barry's body type, but he that's his spirit animal. Barry loves to eat. He only wears a collar. He likes to be naked. That's him.
What is your dog's 2024 fashion goals? I.e., our goals for them.
Yeah, I think I just figured it out. Obviously, working in some bow ties.
Ours is definitely matching outfits and coordinating outfits.
Yes. Yes, please.
So since we're doing brace now, it's a thing. It's officially a thing.
Right?
So they've got their Christmas outfits that match, and we just got to maybe not necessarily identical, but coordinated at least.
Yes. Now we're going to have to figure out a certain birthday boy's theme so we can all match outfits again.
The Three Caballeros. You can have a fiesta again. Or the Three
Yes.
Musketeers.
Yes. We need
Ooh,
or the Three
there you go.
Stooges.
Right?
I do have a wig for Barry, so
Oh, that would be so funny. Lucky does really well with glasses.
there you go.
I don't know. Ben will do by June. What advice do you have for aspiring canine fashionistas?
Okay, you go ahead and go first because I
Get a more fashionable mom.
or
Pick a better human.
um what advice does Barry have for aspiring canine fashionistas? Yeah.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah. Um Barry can be a man of little words. Um and apparently little clothes because he likes to be a nudist. So he has no fashion advice.
Maybe like the bow tie makes the man or something like that.
Right?
This one was super creative, Reagan.
Thanks.
This was super creative. Her final question is quick. You have 2 hours to design a Bridgerton inspired outfit for your dog. What are they wearing? And I was like, we're going to Hobby Lobby for what? Because I live 10
Yes.
minutes from Hobby Lobby. So because I'm crafty, I would probably grab his basic black, like turtleneck sleeveless, because it does give that kind of Edwardian look. And I'd probably just go grab some lace, slap together a cool little cravat, and I have lots of like knickknacks and buttons and things. So I'd probably just like hot glue on a cool little button to make it look like a button pin or something. And I think that would give the masculine effect.
Yeah. So my inspiration for this question, of course, I've got Bridgerton on the mind because new season coming up, but also one of my friends from Instagram, Ghost and Ren, they have outfits like crazy amazing outfits all the time, and one of the outfit pairs that they made was for Bridgerton. They did like a little English tea party picture. They have the most creative, awesome outfits.
I am going to do that for the next Rough Luck tagline. I've already got some. I've just got to make together a thing because you inspired me, and I found some good patterns, and that's what I'm going to do for spring. We do a Bridgerton inspired line.
Could this be our theme? A birthday theme?
I'm down.
Barry doesn't mind wearing pink. It's fine. For Barry, I think he would be very like I think he would like something with long coattails. maybe add in some velvet on that jacket, either like a really pretty bright teal color or a red color. I don't know which.
But you
I
only have
couldn't
2
decide.
hours.
Okay, so the teal blue. Okay, so it's gonna be velvet with some white ruffles on the neck. He wants to make sure it's not too high up though, because he wants to show his chest off. He wants to show his little chest hairs. Black pants and some suede shoes to match the jacket, with maybe a cane so he can beat off all the other boys from all of the girls, and maybe
And the
a
boys.
yeah, maybe a nice little top hat with maybe a feather stuck out because he's pimp daddy. Did you like how I really got into that? That's
Yeah, you put
there you
some
go.
thought into that. But does that fit the quick you only have 2 hours parameter?
Mm, probably not, but I make the rules. I made the question.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I don't know. I was just going with it.
I made the question, I can break it.
Yeah.
You have 2 hours, what are you going to do? Photoshop.
Yeah. Photoshop. Duh.
Well, if we have whatever rules we want, if it was he can wear whatever he wants, if I was gonna get to just make Lucky a Bridgerton inspired outfit, period. So he's really good. Like I say, he's really good about doing the paws up pose. I think that's his favorite comfortable pose. So I would try to get him some of those little breeches that like have the stripe down the side and just like a super frilly white shirt,
Oh.
like the frilly white shirt open all the way down to the breeches. So
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yes.
like pulled down off his shoulders kind of a thing. That would be kind of cute. He would put up with that.
Yeah.
All right, enough about us. Let's get to our fashionistas. Full disclosure, we are recording this in bits, so if the mic sounds a little bit different, that's why. So since I received the answers to our Q&A in the email, I'm going to read the answers so we get Reagan's raw reaction.
I have not seen them yet.
So our first fashionista Q&A that we got some answers from is Misha the Iggy. I do have to give an extra little shout out to Misha. So she was our secret Santa, the boys' secret Santa this year. And I didn't even think about this when I was saying that their style icon is Pluto. She sent us Plutos. She sent them
That's
Pluto toys and
funny.
they love them so much. And it's so perfect. And she sent them the cutest little shirts. Y'all all saw them from Pampered Iggy. And those will be out again soon. Now it's kind of getting springtime around here. So thank you, Misha. Okay, so first question. Please introduce yourself and your IG. So Misha's mom says she doesn't like to talk much about herself, so she likes to hide behind the camera. So Misha is my star, my baby, my child, and everything is about her.
Yes.
Yes. What about IG's first interested you? And this kind of goes in with also what's the story behind your first IG joining your family. It all happens at once. So here's her answer. Misha is my second Iggy. Before her, we had Maya. My husband and I love dogs, and on our days off, we used to go to puppy stores to look at puppies and enjoy them. In 2016, our county banned permits for puppy stores, and we no longer have puppy stores around. A little context there. One day, we went to a puppy store to look at puppies, and we saw everybody was interested and was playing with all the popular breeds. All the puppies were out and playing, except this tiny rat, quote unquote, that was looking so miserable and was shaking cold. It was a very sad puppy. We didn't even know what breed it was. My husband requested to see that particular puppy. It was an Italian Greyhound. The moment the puppy felt the warmth of my husband's hands, the puppy changed her demeanor and her face lit. So did my husband's. I totally can see that in my mind too. The way that as soon as they warm up, they get so happy. We played a little bit with the puppy, but we left and we went home. We already had a puppy. We didn't need another one. We got home, turned the TV on, and watched the YouTube Dogs 101 Italian Greyhound. And a couple more videos and some internet research. We were rushing back to the store that same day to get the puppy. That's how we became part of the big Iggy family. 8 years later, we lost Maya to bone cancer. In fact, we also lost the other dog we had a couple weeks before we lost Maya. We were devastated. I didn't even want to have another dog. I was lost. But people kept telling me a new puppy would help me with the grief. So I made a list of what qualities I want for a new dog, if I ever get one. I wanted a small dog with a lot of personality, easy to groom, short hair, no shedding, a couch potato to sit with me, a Velcro dog, but at the same time athletic, to go running and biking with my husband, and I can't remember what else was on the list. But when I read it to my husband, I realized I am describing an Italian Greyhound. Again.
Yes.
Yes. So this made it easier to narrow it down. And one sleepless night around 1 a.m., I saw this 3-day-old mouse, quote unquote, on the AKC website. And right that night, I got her. This was my Misha. It was a sign. It was love at first sight. Of course, I had to wait weeks to pick her up. So adorable.
That's sweet.
It's so sweet. That same thing happened. One day I was going to go on the AKC website and do the breed search. And I was like, I wonder else what it would recommend to me. And I put in the stuff and it was like, Italian Greyhound. Like, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first piece of clothing you bought for your dog? And she sent us pictures of most of these. So it's so adorable. She said, yes, the very first shirt I got for Misha was even before I had her. It was this tiny yellow sunshine shirt. I got it from Walmart. And this was the first shirt she ever wore from the moment we left the breeder's house. Until she grew up to her size, I was getting her cheaper clothes from Ross. And after that, you all know. I think we all kind of do that when we first get a puppy. We don't really know what size they're going to be. We're like,
a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your climate like, and what would you recommend for IGs that live in similar climates? We live in Florida, a very hot and humid climate. Probably 11 months out of the year is hot. Also, it rains very regularly because we live so close to the ocean. If it's not sunny, it's raining. Iggy's in Florida need a raincoat, but with mesh inside, not fleece. Otherwise, it's too hot. I thought that was a really nice point to make sure the lining of the raincoat's good. I definitely recommend dogs, and particularly Iggy's in our climate, to wear clothes. They need UV protection from the sun. Also, the grass here grows very fast and tall. The grass leaves are very sharp and cut the gentle Iggy bellies and legs. Mosquitoes, no-see-ums, and other insects bite everybody during our winters. Misha is used to the hot weather, so anything below 70 is very cold for her. So once again, I definitely recommend clothing for protection, for warmth, and why don't we make it fun? For fashion. Fashion. The grass leaves, that's a good point. It grows really, really fast here too. And they'll start doing the bunny hop, you know?
Yeah, Barry hates it.
What is your dog's favorite clothing item or accessory? What is your favorite on them? I love this answer. It's impossible to answer this question. All clothes and accessories we have, every single piece we love and value. All of them are our favorite. That's why we bought them. All of them are very special to us, filled with so much love and memories. There is no random piece in our collection. Everything is selected carefully to fit our taste. All our pieces are made per order, specially made for Misha, per her measurements. We love and appreciate all designers and makers. A big thank you to all of them. I can't even imagine how they manage to make stuff fit a dog they have never met. P.S. I really love pink and purple on her. Red is my least favorite color. However, I must admit she looks great in red. Some pale yellows and green make her look sick. So she's that. Is it a blue fawn? Is that what we would call that color, Reagan?
I think so, yes. I'm looking at her Instagram right now.
Yeah, because she's got that in the light. She'll get that tiny, tiny little touch of that sun color. Yeah, so that bluish color complement red, that would be. Who has a bigger wardrobe, you or your dog? What do you think she's going to say, Reagan?
Her dog.
Misha, of course. She has her own room, dresser, closet, clothing, and accessory stands. Misha's wardrobe is not only for a picture or for Instagram. Misha wears her clothes daily, in the house and out. She is always with clothes, and we take them off only when she goes to bed. Who would be your dog's human style icon? And who is their canine style icon? She said, "We don't have a human style icon. However, we are definitely going for a grown up human style for Misha. Canine icon, definitely our bestie, Gia and her sister Jax. These girls have at least 5 times bigger a wardrobe than Misha or anyone on earth.
That's
We
funny.
seem to have the same vision for dog fashion, and for the most part, we like the same stuff. Fashion is not only to buy or wear clothes and accessories, it's also a vibe. How you match collars and styles, how you carry yourself, your posture." And I like how she made a note, fashion dog posture is different than show dog posture.
True.
Totally true. When I do Lucky stuff, I do him in this little paws up. Like, I'm not trying to put him in show dog posture.
Mm-hmm.
I am to a level where the hardware of the leash must match the hardware of the collar, and altogether must go with the clothing style. We have clothes we haven't put on because we don't have the appropriate collar yet, and vice versa. Oh, I would love to be at that
Nice.
level.
For real.
I love it. I would love for myself to be on that level. What is your dog's 2024 fashion goals? I love this one so much. It's such a beautiful answer. Our fashion goal is to bring all designers together. We love them all.
That's sweet.
We understand sometimes people have similar ideas or even the same fabrics and materials. However, everybody does their own style or design for the same thing. And we want to bring the
Mm-hmm.
message that we love everybody, we will order from everybody, and we will support everybody. All we ask for is be kind.
Yes. That's a good answer.
When I started making the dog tags, I was like, oh, is this too similar to this person or too similar? And no, it's not, because you have your own spin on things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you can only make a resin dog tag so so different from another resin dog tag, but
Mm-hmm.
you naturally end up putting your own flair on things when you do that. What advice do you have for aspiring canine fashionistas? Misha says, "You need confidence and good taste. If you want to be a fashion model or fashion account, build your collection, your style, do your own thing, find your own niche, and do you. Get inspiration from others, but be you. Be consistent, post daily, love and support your friends and fashion designers, tag the brands you wear. That's how you will show your love and appreciation."
Yay.
And here's Reagan's. "Quick, you have 2 hours to design a Bridgerton inspired outfit for your dog. What are they wearing?" She said, "This is not Misha's style." "If we have to put on a quick fashion Iggy outfit, we will look for something colorful, fun, and in funky style. We always want to try to stand out from the rest, and we want our outfit to pop and turn heads. But if we have to really try to do something in Bridgerton style, of course we would do a gown. And again, we will definitely do something stunning that would make everybody wow."
Yes.
Like that New Year's
Love
Eve
it.
gown that she had.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that silver New Year's Eve gown. Beautiful.
Love it.
So I also threw in that we wanted to hear about Miami Dog Fashion Week because that was what, just last week or something like that. So
Yes.
Miami Dog Fashion Week was so much fun. The designer from Dog Star Co. was invited by one of the organizers, and Misha, together with Phoebe the Iggy, went along with her to model her collars. It was a last moment thing, and we didn't really prepare well for the event. We didn't know what to expect, but it was fun. We met a lot of actual human fashion models and many other dog influencers and their humans. Everybody was really nice, and we had a great time. It was a great opportunity for networking and meeting new people and dogs. For the next time, we will prepare with specially made collars and clothes for the event. We like to have specially made clothes and accessories for every occasion, like holidays, events, and birthdays. It was very
Yes.
bespoke.
It sounds like so much fun. So if you go on Misha's Instagram, she's got some pictures and videos up from that week.
We're going to move from Misha to her bestie, Gia and Jax. So, first question, please introduce yourself and your Italian Greyhound. This is Gia's mom. I'm Lauren, and my two Iggies are Gia and Jax. Jax is a girl, which I know is confusing since her name makes her sound like she just walked off a football field. I got Gia when she was 8 months old. She was being released from the show program from her breeder due to her tiny size. I had just lost my Chihuahua of 16 years, and I was yearning for an Iggy to come into my life, dreading the anticipated wait of several months to find a new litter and wait until the Iggy was old enough to come home. Gia fell into my lap because the breeder had just decided she was going to release her, and I happened to call that day. I immediately said yes and hopped on a plane to get her. I had been searching for a close relative of Gia's who would also be a tiny girl so they could share a wardrobe. That's actually very smart. I found Jaxie, Gia's first cousin, through the grapevine, but her breeder was not sure she was going to give her up. Jax, or quote unquote tiny red girl, as she was called, was bred from show champions. Her dad is Winston Zoe, and expected to follow suit, but her ears appeared to be prick ears, a major show fault. So just so y'all know, prick ears is like just like when they're straight up. Her breeder wanted to give her some time to see if her ears would resolve and start folding like the Iggy ears we know and love. So that's called a rose ear. After 4 months, she agreed to let me take her home. As it turns out, Jax is much larger than Gia, so my fantasies of them sharing a wardrobe went bye-bye after Jax turned about 8 months old. Although Jaxie's ears ultimately did resolve, Jaxie was destined to not be a show dog. Unlike her show-off sister Gia, Jax is shy and walks like a football player. She also has a very rare autoimmune disorder that no one in her bloodline has, and so she was destined to be my baby. What about IG's first interested you? And this also has the same, contains the answer for what's the story behind your first IG joining your family. So Lauren says, my Chihuahua Lucy always had her tongue sticking out. One day a friend sent me an Instagram post of an Iggy with her tongue sticking out just like Lucy. It was Tika. I didn't know much about
Oh.
Iggy's other than that they were wild creatures, but I started to follow Tika and was really attracted to her quirks. This was back in the day before Tika became a fashion icon. What drew me to her page was how silly she was. Her dads used to put pieces of cheese on her nose and tell her to wait before eating them. She was just so cute and so spunky. A few months later, I became determined to get an Iggy of my own one day. I opted to wait, though, because my Chihuahua was an elderly, sick girl who preferred being an only child. When Lucy passed, the only silver lining was that I would be able to bring a Iggy home. Gia, who I often mistakenly call Lucy, is nothing like Lucy in appearance or in personality, yet I feel they share part of the same soul. Gia is especially special to me because of this.
Mm.
Do you remember the first piece of clothing you bought for your dog? Oi. And I want to personally thank you, Lauren, for letting me have the chance to say oi. I love it. I use that all the time, and my students are like, why are you? Oi. I am ashamed to say I purchased a crazy expensive cashmere suit for Gia on her first day in New York City. It was
Mm.
October, and I didn't exactly have notice. I would be getting an Italian Greyhound, so I did not have anything warm for her to wear. I struggled getting her back legs into the cashmere suit, which was clearly not made for Iggy's. The neck was so wide, you could fit a whole family of Iggy's in it. I think we have all had that off the rack shirt where it comes like way down around their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. And they just end up popping out of it.
If you just decide to roll the dice on something online and you're like, maybe, hopefully, this will fit them, and it's like Shein or Temu, you get it back and you're like, it's a no.
What is your climate like, and what would you recommend for IGs that live in similar climates? We live in New York City, so we get the full spectrum of weather, aka get ready to invest in more than an outfit or two because the outfits Iggy's need vary tremendously depending upon the season. In the winter, it can get quite chilly. The full body jumpsuits are necessary, and often coats or puffy jackets have to be layered on top. Alternatively, I often throw a snowsuit on them, which is like a puffy jacket that hugs their entire body and is quicker to put on than layering several outfits on top of one another. The girls need boots to protect their paws from the salt the city throws all over the streets and sidewalks in the winter, and hats to cover their delicate ears. We also like wearing thick fleece or full body sweatshirts on cold but sunny days. In the fall and spring, fleece or sweatshirt material can be worn on cooler days, while lighter outfits, either in thinner fabrics or in a jumper or vest body style, are important when the sun is out because it can be strong. My girls have a few spring coats that are thin and classy, but keep them the right Iggy specific temperature. In the summer, UV fabric helps keep the dogs cool. I personally love crop tops and dresses in UV materials, but light cotton dresses and vests are also nice. On windy days or when going on a weekend trip to one of the nearby beaches, it's good to have skin suits that are sleeveless on the front but with full back legs, or kangoos, back legs long and short front legs. Because wind can make the girls chilly even during the heat of the summer. And I absolutely know that because when we go to the beach down here, even if it's super warm, you get right on that water and they'll start shivering.
Yeah.
Then there are days when naked is good too, which is a nice opportunity to flaunt the incredible Iggy physique and highlight their best colors. Like Lucky's looking at me while I'm reading this, like, yeah. Why don't I have these nice
He's like,
colors? Where's my dress? I want to.
he's like, she sounds so sexy.
What is your dog's favorite clothing item or accessory, and what is your favorite item on them? She says, if my girls had to choose, they would probably choose outfits that only have front arms or are sleeveless because, the booty likes to breathe. When we travel, they always wear a soft jumper, usually from Wolf to Hounds, which feels like cashmere PJs for them. It really does. So soft. It keeps them warm on the airplane, but not warm enough to overheat in their carriers. My favorite outfits on them, oof, that's tough. Probably their neon crazy dinos from the Pampered Iggy or their neon custom dresses by Gaia for Greyhound. And I love that she was talking about the dinos because we were just talking about that.
Yep.
Who has a bigger wardrobe, you or your dog? What do you think the answer is, Reagan?
Gia and Jax.
Lauren says, ha! I do not prioritize my own fashion. This is a woman after my own heart. My girls have way, way, way more than I could ever have or want.
Yep.
Their wardrobe is stored in 3 residences, and in all 3,
Oh
I
my
have to get quite
gosh.
creative as to how to store all their outfits and accessories. I actually
That's
use their
funny.
collars as decorations. Isn't that so smart? Their bright, colorful
Mm-hmm.
collars are displayed on jewelry stands that sit prominently on the
Oh.
shelves of my bookcases. If that sounds nuts, it's because it is. And that is not nuts. I
Well,
think that's actually really creative.
yeah.
Because some of them are, I mean, like Lucky's green and gold one is gorgeous. Why would you not?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if people can hang their Mickey ears, you can hang your dog collars.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would be your dog's human style icon? And who is their canine style icon? So Gia and Jax have 2 different answers. For Gia, Will Smith in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, mixed with a little LL Cool J, a little Lady Gaga, and a touch of Cameron Diaz
I can
in
see that.
Something About Mary with her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that. But you know what
That's
Gia
funny.
wrote. For Jaxie, she's just so, so sweet and innocent. Perhaps a cross between Jennifer Aniston, Taylor Swift, and Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen as kids in Full House.
Oh.
Love that.
Yes.
As for a
Love it.
canine style icon, Misha the Iggy. And we have always admired the fashion Ghost and Ren and Vito IGH wear. We were just talking about Ghost and Ren.
Yes.
What is your dog's 2024 fashion goals? Push boundaries. Don't be afraid to try something new, bold, maybe even a little over the top. That is totally them.
Yes.
What advice do you have for aspiring canine fashionistas? She says, if I have any regrets, it's focusing too much on cookie cutter fashion in the early days when I first got Gia. Get outfits that are made to order instead of sold in bulk. Oftentimes, the sold in bulk with pre made sizes are actually outsourced. When you order from designers that make the outfits to your dog's size, the outfits will fit perfectly, will be unique to your dog, and you'll really be supporting someone who cares about promoting unique fashion in the community. All of the mainstream big brand clothes we have, the girls honestly don't wear because they aren't special. Every piece of clothing should have a story to it and should be meaningful to you. And if you place an order on Etsy, communicate with the company and don't be afraid to ask to change certain things if you want to make it your own.
Yay.
And that's such a good point.
Yes.
It's going to fit perfect. You're going to support a small business.
And it makes it special too.
Quick! You have 2 hours to design a Bridgerton inspired outfit for your dog. What are they wearing? Long sleeve ball gown. Jaxie would, of course, be in a pastel pink, while Gia would be in the lavender. The sleeves of the dress would be lace, but the body would be a form fitting satin. There would be layers of tulle under the satin to bulk the train of the dress, and they would wear baby pink and lavender collars with a slight sheen and glitter to them.
Yes. We should have an Iggy ball.
A garden party. The
Yes.
promenade. Our fourth fashionista is Lucky's dear friend Cannella. They're almost birthday buddies. What are they? 2-3 days apart? Not very far apart. They both have the same red. We've done a couple little collabs. I can't even keep track of how many times we've done things back and forth each other. So her first question, please introduce yourself and your Italian Greyhound. Hello, I'm Nicole. I live with my husband and 2 dogs, Cannella and Bambi, in the gorgeous state of Arizona. We don't have any human children, so Cannella and her sister Bambi are spoiled rotten. We acquired Cannella from a breeder in Ohio almost 2 years ago. She is the sweetest cuddle bug, and she can also be a little stinker. We absolutely love her.
I need to connect Cannella and Barry's niece in Arizona. We have some Caliente folks out in Arizona.
Oh, yes, you should. So, next question. What about Italian Greyhounds first interested you? So, this answers a lot like most people. I saw a lot of them on Instagram and just love their personalities. It's a great way to find out what kind of breeds you like. What's the story behind your first IG joining your family? She says, once I decided I wanted an IG, I started looking into breeders. I found one on Instagram and they seemed legit. You never know. But I did my research and then I saw a little smoosh baby on their page one day. That's the nickname my husband and I gave her when we first saw her because she had smoosh wrinkles on her little head. Little
I
smoosh baby.
love the little puppy wrinkles on their forehead. It's
Little
so
smoosh
cute.
baby. Anyways, I convinced my husband we needed her. He told me he wasn't going to say yes, but he also wasn't going to say no. So, of course, that was a yes in my mind.
Yeah, good
I
answer.
like her husband. He's yes, he's smart. He's a smart husband. Do you remember the first piece of clothing you bought for your dog? She says, yes, it was a leopard print shirt. I have video of Cannella chewing on the sleeve the minute I put it on her. That's so funny. That's very Cannella. It's leopard print. What is your climate like? And what would you recommend for IGs that live in similar climates? So I was most interested to see what she says for Arizona, because that is so opposite from everything we have. So she says, we live in Arizona. It is sunny most of the time, which is great. It's warm the majority of the year, too. So a fashionable UV protective fabric is always a great option. Something cool like a dress or crop top. For the cooler days, which only last about 3 months, a nice fleece or micro fleece always look cute and keep the babies warm. So I guess she doesn't have to really do coats at all.
Yeah.
Whoa. I can't conceive of that. What is your dog's favorite clothing item or accessory, and what is your favorite on them? Canella's favorite clothing accessory is probably the sun. She loves to sunbathe and would prefer to go naked.
Yep.
Yay! The nudists. We win. I love her in her 4-legged outfits. I love a great leopard print or pastels on her. Of course, you have to accessorize with a gorgeous collar and custom tag. I also am obsessed with her in a dino outfit. The Dino Iggysaurus
Everyone
reigns
loves.
supreme.
Yes.
I'm the only one who doesn't have them for my
You're
dogs.
going to have to get on board,
Yes,
ma'am.
got to. Got to. Got to. It's a sign. So, who has a bigger wardrobe, you or your dog? She says, I haven't counted, but most likely Cannella. She definitely has more clothes than her dad. Who would be your dog's human style icon? Who is their canine style icon? Not really sure about a human style icon. We have a lot of canine style icons that we love, so that's a tough decision. We are really liking Midas the Frenchie right now when it comes to fashion. He has a really clean, dapper style to him. Dolly the Iggy always looks amazing too. He always has such a posh, classy style. I know they are both boys, but I just like their fashion aesthetic a lot. I think Canella needs a brother.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so
that's what
too.
this is saying. What are your dog's 2024 fashion goals? She says to have fun, be fabulous, and make people smile. Canella already does that.
Yeah, she's already doing that.
She does that. And her ears, when she puts a bow on her ears. Ah! That's my favorite. What advice do you have for aspiring canine fashionistas? Life is short. Wear what you love.
Yep,
Nice.
that can go for everyone.
All right, and here's the good one. Quick. You have 2 hours to design a Bridgerton inspired outfit for your dog. What are they wearing? She goes, "Okay." I literally, okay. I would pull out a floral or glitzy outfit and add one of her rhinestone choker necklaces around her neck with the dangling rhinestones. I'd make some white leg warmers to look like long, fancy gloves. I can be crafty. Then I would add a bracelet around her wrist. I'd put a crown on her. Lastly, I would get a white, fluffy plush doggy for her to hold. Canella has some accessories
You
now.
know what? I think this episode has really made me think whenever they do New York Fashion Week, we should do an Iggy Fashion Week and do like this is the theme, everyone fit that theme, and we have a giveaway at the end.
Or when they do the Met Gala, we
Yeah.
could just do we can go along with the Met Gala because that's opportunity for some really cool things.
Yeah, y'all let us know if you would participate in that. Might be something we'll
They're
have
all
to,
down, you know it.
yeah.
Oh, also, I have to mention, I love also how crafty Canella's mom said. She's like, I'm crafty. She is. The
Yeah,
sunglasses that Canella wears, she does those herself. Half of
that's
that stuff,
crazy.
her mermaid hair, she got it off of Amazon. Like
Mm-hmm.
me and Nicole, yes, I
Goals.
get her. The craftiness, I love it. Yes.
So I think we should wrap up the episode by thanking everyone that um, we sent some questions to, and they got back to us. We had this idea for a while, and we were trying to figure out who all we wanted to ask, and we had some. Obviously, we had to ask some of you. um, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun hearing everyone's answers, and it was fun making the questions. We'll have to do something similar again on an upcoming episode.
Yeah, if you have an idea for another Q&A, we go straight to the source, obviously.
Yes.
We go to the heavy hitters. So thank you, Canella, Gia and Jax, and Misha. Y'all are pushing me to want to get a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just dress him up as a girl. I'm definitely gonna get the Iggysaurus outfit now. I have to. We're the
Yeah.
odd man out.
Yeah.
My poor boys. Yep. All right, so everybody, thank you for listening to our much anticipated fashion episode. I hope you have been inspired, got a few tips, a few tricks of the trade from our pro pupfluencers.
Fashionistas.
Yes. See y'all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
I was thinking everything down from do you remember the first piece of clothing? The fourth piece to the bottom.
Fourth piece of clothing. Yeah.
There's our bloopers.
Yeah.